Burkett was brutally murdered outside her workplace in 2020, shot in the head, stabbed more than 40 times.
Welcome back to Dark Raven, where today's case is very shocking to say the least. Alyssa Burkett was born on December 31, 1995, making her very much a Capricorn. She was a wonderful mother to her daughter, Willow, whom she shared with an ex-boyfriend named Andrew Beard. Alyssa and Andrew were going through a nasty custody battle at the time of her death over her then one-year-old daughter, Willow. On October 2, 2020, Alyssa was sitting in her car outside of her workplace in Carrollton, Texas, when a man in blackface walked up and shot her through her driver's side window, hitting her in the head, but not killing her. The shooter had believed that she was dead and began to leave the parking lot when Alyssa got out of her car and attempted to run into her job. The shooter seen Alyssa and made his way back to her, stabbing her multiple times before fleeing from the scene.
A young mother, Alyssa Burkett, will not be around to raise her one-year-old daughter, Willow. The 24-year-old was murdered while arriving to work at the Green Tree Apartments in Carrollton last Friday morning.
When Alyssa's mother came to the scene, she immediately told authorities Andrew Beard's name. Hours after the murder, police officers stopped Andrew in his white Ford F-150 pickup truck. His fiancée, Holly Elkins, and baby Willow were with him. Andrew was told he could leave the scene, but he couldn't return home. Officers also seized his pickup truck. Later that night, police searched Andrew's house and found a GPS tracker battery and charging stations that matched a tracking device detectives discovered under Alyssa's car earlier that day. Investigators also uncovered what they believed to be an unregistered gun silencer. The next day, detectives searched Andrew's white F-150 pickup truck and found a backpack. Inside, they uncovered 2 bottles of dark brown makeup and a pair of men's hiking boots that had been cut into pieces and were soaking in bleach. Later that night, police located that black Ford SUV the assailant drove to the scene. It was found abandoned less than a mile from Andrew's house. When detectives searched the SUV, they found a fake beard smeared with dark brown makeup. When Andrew learned there was a warrant for his arrest, he turned himself in to the Carrollton Police Department. He was charged with murder. Andrew's fiancée, Holly Elkins, voluntarily went to speak with detectives at the Carrollton Police Department. During the interview, Holly told investigators that Andrew was at home with her on the morning of the murder. She said due to her being very clingy, she would have known if Andrew left the house that morning. Andrew spent 2 weeks behind bars before he was released on bond. Because detectives found an unregistered silencer during the search of Andrew's home, the federal government agreed to take the case. 8 days after he bonded out, Andrew was rearrested and ultimately charged with cyberstalking using a dangerous weapon resulting in death. 1 month later, Andrew spoke to the FBI as part of a plea deal, and he had a lot to say about Holly's involvement in Alyssa's murder. The murder was the culmination of an elaborate, months-long plan of stalking, harassment, and bullying by Andrew and Holly. The investigation revealed an extensive and convoluted plan by Holly and Andrew that included faking a police report against Alyssa, Holly scratching herself in an effort to incriminate Alyssa's mother in a fabricated attack, planting drugs and firearms in Alyssa's car and notifying police. On May 24, 2023, Andrew Beard was sentenced to 43 years in federal prison. As for Holly, the feds began building a case against her as well for her involvement in the killing of Alyssa. Investigators found internet searches and a Walgreens receipt that connected her to the crime. They also dug into text messages between Holly and Andrew. In a text sent to Andrew 1 week before Alyssa's murder, Holly wrote, "I hope you handle it, I'm not coming home to bullshit." Holly was indicted on 3 charges: conspiracy to stalk, stalking using a dangerous weapon resulting in serious bodily injury and death, and brandishing a firearm in relation to a crime of violence. On June 6, 2023, Holly was arrested at the Miami airport by federal agents after returning from a trip to the Dominican Republic. Between April 9th through April 16th, Holly's trial began at the federal courthouse in downtown Dallas. After 6 days, the case went to the jury. The jury deliberated for about an hour and a half before they found Holly guilty on all counts. On August 15, 2024, Holly was sentenced to 2 life terms.
A federal judge sentenced a Rowlett woman to 2 life sentences for orchestrating the murder of her fiancé's ex-girlfriend.
Prosecutors say Holly Elkins goaded her fiancé into killing 24-year-old Alyssa Burkett. Burkett was brutally murdered outside her workplace in 2020, shot in the head, stabbed more than 40 times. Burkett's family members believe if it weren't for Elkins, Burkett might still be alive today.
I hate hearing stories like this because in the end, the one person who will suffer the most is little Willow. She is left without a mother who was killed at the hands of her father, who will remain in jail for 43 years. My thoughts are with Alyssa and little Willow. Let me know your thoughts down below. This is Dark Raven, and we'll be back next time with more true crime.